Hello there, Ainur. All right, great work. I think this is the second essay correction. There's some mix-up, but anyway, your exam is coming up, so let's push on. In many countries, traditional foods are being replaced by fast food. This has a negative impact on families, individuals, and society. To what extent do you agree, disagree? I guess it is true to say that temporary doesn't work with this contemporary, or that the contemporary, we need the because world, there's only one of them. The contemporary world with rapidly changing preferences is looking for alleviation at any kind of performances, and food consumption is not an exception. I wouldn't have said alleviation. It's looking for increased speed, looking for increased speed, and food consumption is not an exception. The growing popularity of fast food totally changes eating habits, or the growing popularity of fast food has totally changed eating habits, or is totally changing eating habits and has effects on lifestyle. Full stop. According to all the aspects, I strongly disagree that this tendency will have any positive impact on prosperity. This essay will establish this fact by using examples from the USA and the Russian government to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, so you can hear I'm struggling with the grammar here. So in what I tend to recommend to students who've got their exam coming up and are still struggling with the grammar, go for shorter, safer sentences. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that utilizing fast food is a good chance for being released from tedious things such as cooking, which is challenging for many people. Great. It must not be forgotten that it solves a list of issues such as doing grocery. No, that it also, okay, and here we've got a good opportunity for furthermore, it must not be forgotten that it also solves a list of issues such as doing groceries, preparation, and dishwashing, which usually takes an enormous amount of time and energy. Great. Okay. This, instead of saying, I would stick to the C2 template, okay, that you've got access to in your course, and I would put something like, but to correct this one, a supporting argument, or this is proven, that's probably stronger, this is proven from a survey by the National Household Association of Russia, where 800 out of 1,000 participants claimed that the cooking occupied 2/3 of their daily routine. Beautiful. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that consuming fast food increases the amount of comfort time. Great. I would have said increases the amount of free time available for busy families. Okay? But this is a very good argument. You've backed it up. You've developed it. So on that side of things, there's no problem. However, the grammar definitely needs to be tidied up, which can take a little bit longer and is getting feedback like this definitely helps. On the other hand, the trend towards junk food, no capitalization, towards junk food has a huge number of drawbacks. The first and the influential one is cultural risk. Good. Any meaning of traditional food can be lost. Good. The uniqueness and significance of native eating habits could be undervalued, undervalued and disappear. For instance, reports of modern catering industries, no capitalization, have shown that club sandwiches and French fries became more popular instead of cooksy. Okay, you've got to explain cooksy, okay? You've got to put it in perspective. I've got no idea what cooksy is, okay? So you've got to say, for instance, in, I don't know, Uzbekistan, yeah, or for instance, in Scotland, Parts of modern catering industries have shown that club sandwiches and French fries became more popular instead of the local Scottish dish called cooksy. Full stop. Another obvious fact and the most vital aspect is the health. Okay, so let's just go for clarity and put furthermore, fast food can cause serious health problems due to insufficient nutrition, the ingredients often being full of artificial and modified components. Full stop. In addition to this, the carbohydrates can lead, or the huge amount of carbohydrates can lead to chronic disease and illness such as diabetes. There is evidence of well-known growing rates of massive population obesity in the USA. Great. Okay, good work. So as I said, just make sure we're putting it in perspective, in context. You've got great arguments, crystal clear, your task response is spot on. We just need to work on your grammar, and quickly. In conclusion, according to all the mentioned pros and cons of this issue, I don't extremely agree, I strongly agree that the fast food industry leads to dangerous consequences concerning most of the world. Full stop. On top of that, I firmly believe that production and distribution of this harmful food should be restricted by governments. Okay, not bad. I wouldn't really add that because there's nothing about restriction. I think you've got some quality arguments already. Saving time. It's saving time, and then your other ones were the nutritional argument and the disappearance of local eating culture, local cuisine, if you really want to be advanced. Okay, so those are solid arguments. We didn't really touch those arguments, which is a shame in your conclusion. Instead, we wrote this. But just bear that in mind. The next time you write your conclusion, just very briefly mention some of your previous arguments. So moving on. The bar charts below the bar charts below illustrate the rate of sales of two types of shoes in European countries. According to the given information, it seems that Hungary was a leader of sales with the most sold number of black shoes. Good. Whereas, the population of Belgium demonstrate their unwillingness to buy brown shoes, check your spelling, with the lowest number of purchases. Okay, get your superlatives under control. As can be seen from the chart, there is a certain division of all 9 countries in 2 groups. The first group includes 5 out of 9 countries where brown shoes are much more preferable than black ones. Beautiful information selection. Differentiation in Poland, Germany and France between purchases of 2 types is almost the same, 50%, 47% and 44% respectively. Beautiful. Holland and Ireland show the same closeness in the sales rate of about 25% regarding black shoes, I guess. Second segmentation consists of 4 countries, Italy, Hungary, Belgium and the UK, where sales of black shoes are higher than brown ones. Surprisingly, this group has near similarities in distinction rates as well. Italy 15, Hungary 10, and the UK 11%, except Belgium. Okay, so be careful here. Consistency. Here we started off with percentages and then we switched to units. It would have been much easier to follow if you'd have just kept it all consistent with percentages. Okay, it can be summarized from the given information, and we've already used that phrase, that the first place of black shoe sales is Hungary with 140,000 with 140,000 sales of brown shoes, whereas the least amount of sales was 138,000 in Poland. Okay, so when we're doing numbers like this, it's really important in English, we go like that. Okay? Also, have do a deep review of your superlatives, your use of articles, and you know the deal now. Implement all the corrections you've heard in this tutorial. Send back your corrected essay, make a note of the mistakes, study those mistakes, study the rules online, and then when you send your next work, include your corrected essay, and I'll include the questions for you that you need to complete next. Okay? All right, good work. Let's keep moving forward.